It's time to raid your Pokecoin piggy bank this week in Pokemon GO. In raids, Yveltal and Xerneas will continue until just 10 AM on Monday when Genesect will begin to feature in 5-star legendary raids. Mega Garchomp will continue in 4-star mega raids until March 4th. However, it does not stop at Genesect. Each day, presumably at 10 AM, 5-star raid bosses will change as part of the Road to Unova event. When caught, every raid boss will know their featured attack, they all have the chance to be shiny, and a raid hour will take place from 6 to 7 PM each day featuring that day's 5-star raid boss or multiple bosses in the case of Tuesday and Wednesday. Genesect is a mythical Pokemon, which means it cannot be traded. It will be available in all of its different drive forms, with the Chill Drive being the highest ranked in PvP. As a raid attacker, it's best used as either a bug or steel type. Cobalion and Virizion are well ranked in the Ultra League, and Terrakion is the top non-mega fighting type raid attacker. Landorus is well ranked in the Master League and as a ground type raid attacker, and Thundurus is a top ranked electric type raid attacker. Tornadus, unfortunately, isn't much better than a couple non-legendary flying types. Reshiram and Zekrom are the top non-mega, non-shadow raid attackers of their types, that being fire and electric respectively, and both are well ranked in the Master League. On top of appearing during their own respective days, Reshiram and Zekrom will also feature during the GO Tour Global event over the weekend, though it isn't confirmed if they'll come with their legacy moves when caught over the weekend. It's only been stated that they'll have those moves when caught during their single day appearances. Alongside those two during the GO Tour weekend, Black Kyurem and White Kyurem will feature in raids, and both will appear as a regular Kyurem to catch after completing those raids. Base Kyurem is well ranked in the Master League, but its potential as an Ice-type raid attacker is somewhat limited by not having an Ice-type fast move. Glaciate is the signature move for Kyurem, and it will know that attack when caught after completing a Black or White Kyurem raid, depending on which path you take for the special research during the event. I'll have more to say about that later. Both of the fused Kyurem variants will be very good Dragon-type raid attackers, with the Black version being ranked higher. However, Dragon is not a type that's lacking in strong raid attackers. In the Master League, these will both take top spots, and in the Ice-type category, it's looking like Black Kyurem will be the new rank 1, even though it won't have access to an Ice-type fast move, and White Kyurem will be rank 2. That may flip depending on which raid boss they're up against. Needless to say, there's a lot worth raiding this week. Black Kyurem and White Kyurem can be obtained by fusing a regular Kyurem with either Zekrom or Reshiram. To do this, you'll need 1000 Volt or 1000 Blaze energy, which you get from completing Black or White Kyurem raids, plus you'll need 30 candy for Kyurem and 30 candy for the other Pokemon being fused. Like the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia, and the fusions for Necrozma, the fusion forms of Kyurem will feature adventure effects. These still haven't been officially announced, but here's what we know from data mines. Black Kyurem will have access to Freeze Shock, which will paralyze Pokemon, similar to using a Nanab Berry, making it so they won't attack or move around while catching. And White Kyurem will have access to Ice Burn, which will slow down the target ring during Pokemon encounters. Keep in mind, this stuff isn't yet confirmed. Hopefully we'll have the official details soon. The Kyurem used for the fusion must have the signature charged move Glaciate before fusing in order for that move to convert into either Freeze Shock or Ice Burn once fused. The shiny status and IVs of the fused Pokemon will come from the Kyurem being fused. Reshiram and Zekrom are essentially items to be consumed during the process, though you can unfuse a Black or White Kyurem to get them back. All of the 5-star raid bosses this week have the chance to come with a special background. Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Landorus, Genesect, and Kyurem can have either a Black version or White version special background. Tornadus and Reshiram can have just the Black version, and Thundurus and Zekrom can have just the White version. In the case of Reshiram and Zekrom, if you fuse one with a Kyurem that has the opposite special background, the fused Pokemon will have its own variant background. That's it for raid bosses. Now for the Road to Unova event itself. The event kicks off at 10 AM on Monday and will run right up until the global GO Tour begins at 10 AM on Saturday. There will be one persistent free bonus, which is 1/2 egg hatch distance. For additional bonuses, you can buy one or both of the following $5 US event tickets. The raids ticket will get you the bonuses of 5,000 additional XP and 2 times Stardust from completing raids, 1 additional candy and 1 additional candy XL from catching 5-star raid bosses, and 1 additional orange raid pass from spinning gyms each day for a total of 3 orange raid passes per day. You'll also get a timed research that will reward candy for the featured raid bosses and joggers for your avatar. The hatch ticket will get you the bonuses of 2 times hatch XP, candy, and Stardust, and you'll get a timed research that will award encounters with the regional exclusive Pokemon Maractus, Sigilyph, and Bouffalant, which will now have the chance to be shiny starting with this event. The timed research will also get you the hoodie to match the joggers from the raid ticket. The bonuses from the paid tickets will be active until the end of the global GO Tour event, which is at 6 PM on Sunday, and you'll need to claim the rewards from the timed research before 8 PM on Sunday. The remote raid limit will be increased to 20 per day from Monday to Friday, and there will be no remote raid limit on Saturday and Sunday. There will be a free timed research, which will reward a handful of legendary encounters. The requirement for completing this free timed research will likely be completing completing raids, and if that's the case, you'll probably be able to do any raid of any difficulty to unlock the rewards. This is a rare opportunity to get some of these legendary Pokemon at a low enough CP to make them eligible to enter the Great League. There's a trick to claiming these legendary Pokemon from the timed research in order to get their featured attacks. If you claim the encounter and catch the Pokemon on the day that it's featured in raids, it should know its featured attack. This is how it worked for last year's Sinnoh Tour. With the Sinnoh Tour, the featured attacks were only available during the raid hour for each Pokemon, but from what we can tell, this year the attacks will be available for the entire day. Now, of course, Genesect is up first in raids, but will be the last Pokemon to claim in the research. I'm going off the assumption that these will be unlocked sequentially by completing raids, which is how it worked in the past. Fortunately, Genesect is the least relevant of the bunch. You'll have to decide if it's worth it to you to complete a ton of raids on Monday just to get some low CP Genesect with a variety of Technoblast typings. On top of all that, there will be a new reward system introduced called the Tour Pass, which comes in both a free version and a deluxe paid version. If you pay for the deluxe Tour Pass, you'll be able to claim all the rewards from the free Tour Pass along with improved rewards from the deluxe track, and you'll instantly get an encounter with Victini even if you've already caught the one all players get for free through special research. You can upgrade to the deluxe pass at any time and claim all the rewards from levels you've already unlocked. This is essentially an elaborate timed research that must be completed sequentially, which will award a bunch of different items, encounters, and bonuses. Instead of doing specific activities to unlock rewards, you'll do a variety of activities to earn tour points, which are put towards ranking up the Tour Pass. To earn tour points, you'll need to simply play the game. Catching, hatching, and raiding will all get you points. You can also complete past tasks, which sound a lot like field research and will apparently award a greater amount of points. Past tasks will refresh daily from Monday to Friday and hourly during the Go Tour event hours over the weekend. The Tour Pass will have many smaller rank rewards to earn at each level, with a few major milestones to hit as you progress through it. Reaching major milestones on the pass will yield larger rewards and unlock bonuses at increasing multipliers, which will be active for you during the Go Tour event weekend. If you reach the final major milestone, you'll be awarded a Zorua with a special background. And if you pay for the Deluxe Tour Pass, the final major milestone will award a new item called a Lucky Trinket. The Lucky Trinket can be used on any friend at Great Friend or higher and will instantly turn that friend lucky, which means your next trade with them will result in you both getting a lucky Pokemon. The Lucky Trinket will expire if you don't use it before Sunday, March 9th at 6 p.m. It will just vanish from your inventory, so be sure to use it on a friend before then. However, you don't need to complete the trade before that time. You'll have until the end of the Go Tour on Sunday, March 2nd at 6 p.m. to rank up and unlock the rewards, and then a full week to collect the rewards, which will also expire at 6 p.m. on March 9th. If you think you'll be short on time but still want to get the paid Tour Pass Deluxe, you can pay an additional $5 US to automatically unlock 10 ranks of rewards. If each regular catch gets you a single point and you need 50 points per rank, paying the extra $5 is the equivalent of catching 500 Pokemon. So if you're short on time and Pokeballs, it might be worth it to you if you really want that Lucky Trinket. For the in-person events, which have had their own Tour Pass, there are 250 ranks and they seem to require 10 points each to rank up. From what we've seen in promotional material, the Global Tour Pass requires 50 points to rank up for each level, and it goes up to at least level 74. I'm going to guess and hope it stops at 100. Fortunately, you can hold off on purchasing the Deluxe Pass until we have more information after the event begins and still go back and collect all the rewards after you've started progressing the free track. The spawns for the event will include increased appearances of the Unova starters, Snivy, Tepid, and Oshawott, and you may see their second stage evolutions in the wild as well. 2km eggs will feature the Unova Pokemon that get a free evolution from trading, as well as Larvesta. This could be a good chance to hatch Larvesta. Generally, when 2km eggs are featured in an event, they're heavily weighted from spinning stops and gyms. It will not be a 1 in 5 chance per egg, but it's not too crowded of an egg pool, and 2km eggs will hatch in 1 kilometer because of the half hatch distance bonus. The start of the week will continue to feature the usual weekly stuff. Darumaka will feature in the Max Monday hour from 6 to 7 p.m, with Pidove and Sobble being available along with Darumaka for the entire week. Darumaka is a new addition to the Max system, and Darmanitan will be the new best non-Gigantamax Fire-type Max Phase attacker with its high attack stat. If you don't have a Gigantamax Charizard, be sure to pick up a decent Darumaka. It's also pretty good as a Fire-type raid attacker. On Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, the active Go Battle Leagues will become the Open Great League and the Master League Mega Edition. You can check the GBL schedule in-game to see what's coming up and for when the leagues change in your local time zone. This is the final week of the season, so remember to use a star piece before entering the battle menu once the new season begins next week. If you spent some time ranking up during the Dual Destiny season, you could get a nice drop of Stardust. The weekly Spotlight Hour runs from 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday Tuesday and will feature all 3 Unova starter Pokemon. For 1 hour, they will be everywhere in the wild at a boosted spawn rate, and the active bonus will be 2 times catch candy. This spotlight hour will be a great opportunity to catch Unova region Pokemon ahead of the weekend if you want to complete the free Incarnate bonus timed research. If you don't have these free research tasks, check the description or pinned comment of this video for the codes to enter on the Pokemon GO web store. Serperior is ranked highly in the Great League, and both Samurott and Emboar are decent as raid attackers, especially in their shadow forms. All 3 require their Community Day featured attacks to be at their most useful. If you wait until the global GO Tour event starts, there's a good chance you'll be able to evolve most, if not all, Unova region Pokemon to their final forms with any legacy move they may have, which includes these starters. If I remember correctly, this was not advertised ahead of the Sinnoh Tour last year and turned out to be a feature that a lot of players missed out on. Be sure to Mega Evolve a Grass, Water, or Fire type for extra catch candy, depending on what you're most interested in. If you're unfamiliar with how raid hours work, they usually only take place on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. An instant raid will appear on most gyms at 6 p.m. if there are players nearby with the game open. The raid will last 25 minutes, then there will be a 5-minute break before the next 25-minute raid will appear. PokeStop Showcases generally end on Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m., likely featuring event-themed Pokemon. Enter them for easy Stardust and XP, and you could win premium items. You may see Shadow Regirock raids pop up before 10 a.m. and after 6 p.m. each day over the weekend. If so, this will be its last appearance in raids until it likely returns for another rotation in May. Shadow Regirock is outranked by the non-Shadow version in the Ultra League, so if you find one with good PvP IVs, you may want to purify it. The Road to Unova event officially ends at 10 a.m. on Saturday, which is when the global Unova GO Tour event will begin and take place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday. In raids, Reshiram and Black Kyurem will first appear from 10 to 11 a.m., followed by Zekrom and White Kyurem from 11 a.m. till noon. They'll alternate like that each hour of the event. 3-star raids will feature a lonely Drudagon, and 1-star raids will have Pikachu in a variety of hats. There will be a special research story where you'll choose a path, black or white. Black version will get you Reshiram themed rewards, and white version will get you Zekrom themed rewards. If that seems backwards, yes. Most importantly, the path you choose will determine whether or not the Kyurem you encounter will know the charged attack Glaciate, which is a featured attack and usually requires an elite TM to obtain. If you choose black version, only Kyurem caught after defeating black Kyurem in raids will know Glaciate, and so choosing white version will get you Kyurem with Glaciate only after defeating white Kyurem in raids. You can still use an elite TM on any Kyurem you catch that doesn't know Glaciate, but that is a rare and costly resource, so you may want to plan your raid times out accordingly depending on which version you want to prioritize. If you're going to do just enough raids to get fusion energy for only one of the versions, make sure you choose that path and only raid those Kyurems. For example, if you choose black version, you can raid Black Kyurem from 10 to 11 a.m., then from 11 until noon, you could focus on catching wild Pokemon or raiding Zekrom. That way you will get Volt Fusion Energy and Glaciate equipped Kyurems from the Black Kyurem raids, and then you can get a Zekrom needed for the fusion if you don't already have one. The raid pool isn't the only thing changing each hour. The Pokemon available in the wild, referred to as habitats, will also rotate each hour and will be themed for each season. Winter will kick things off from 10 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, followed by spring, summer, and autumn. The cycle will begin for a second round at 2 p.m. and the same 8-hour pattern will take place on Sunday. If you use incense during the event, you will see Unown in the letters that spell out Unova, and in eggs, a lot of the Pokemon featured are usually regional exclusives, so if you care about filling in your Pokedex, you may want to hatch a few 10Ks. Field research, routes, and party play will all feature event-themed Pokemon as well. The free bonuses will include 1/2 egg hatch distance, which will only be active from 10 to 6 each day, and active all day will be 6 special trades per day, and trades will cost half the usual Stardust. While not confirmed as of the making of this video, certain Pokemon when caught or evolved during the event should know their featured attacks. This was the case last year for the Sinnoh Tour, and it was confirmed to be a bonus during this year's in-person GO Tour events, but I suggest double checking before you do any evolutions. Through the free Tour Pass, it's confirmed that there will be a Catch XP bonus active, depending on how far you've made it through the ranks of the pass. It starts at 1.5 times Catch XP at Tier 2, and will increase to 2 times Catch XP, then 3 times Catch XP for Tiers 3 and 4. There are some unannounced bonuses attached to ranking up the Tour Pass as well, and I would guess that the bonuses will be better for the paid Deluxe Pass, but nothing is confirmed. There is an annoying amount left vague for this event, so I will make sure to post some updates through my social channels when more details become available. For paid bonuses, it looks like there won't be a dedicated ticket for the weekend event. The raid and hatch tickets will carry over, plus any bonuses earned through the Tour Pass Deluxe, assuming the paid version gets added bonuses. It's possible to complete 98.7% of the Unova Pokedex this week. The only two Pokemon you won't be able to obtain are the mythicals Meloetta and Keldeo. However, Shiny Meloetta will be available to purchase through a Masterwork research starting on Monday of this week. These generally take months to complete because they are time-gated. It will cost $5 US, and they usually come with a bunch of extra items, XP, and Stardust. It will be available for purchase until the end of the Go Tour at 6 p.m. on Sunday. The final missing Pokemon from Unova will then be Keldeo, which hasn't been available to players since 2022. Hopefully that changes soon. The weekend PokeStop Showcase will end at 8 p.m. on Sunday, and the seasonal bonuses for Dual Destiny will end next week on March 4th when the new season begins. That's it for the week ending Sunday, March 2nd, 2025. Check the description below for links to download this calendar in full quality. I recently activated memberships on the channel if you want to toss me a couple bucks to get these videos a little early. But of course, liking, commenting, and just coming back to watch each week supports the channel and is much appreciated. If you are interested in joining as a member, the higher tier memberships will get you added to my friends list if you want to hop into raids with my group. I raid daily and will be going especially nuts this coming week. Good luck out there, and I'll see you next week.